Hey guys, this is Kenan with MakeUseOf.com, and today I'm reviewing what I consider to be the pinnacle of smartphone design in 2017, the Samsung Galaxy S8. Even for the $720 that it costs, I don't think there's a better device on today's market. For example, if you compare the S8 to a Google Pixel or really any other smartphone on today's market, you'll find that it comes out ahead in terms of performance, particularly network performance. But like all other smartphones out there, one of the reasons why the Samsung Galaxy S8 is better is because it has an additional amount of development time, which is around 6 months to a year over its competitors. Maybe 6 months to a year from now, there will almost certainly be another phone that's better than the Samsung Galaxy S8. A really great example of the S8's advantages over the Pixel and other competitors, it's Bluetooth 5.0 module, which allows it to simultaneously output audio to multiple devices. Another great hardware feature of the S8 is the Snapdragon 835 system on a chip, and it's today's fastest, most advanced processor. But how does it run games? Well, for Asphalt 8, it runs it at its highest graphical settings at a seamless frame rate with no dropped frames whatsoever and no lag. And that's also true for games like Zombie Highway 2. For reading RSS or browsing the internet, you'll notice that there's absolutely no lag or stutter, and it's probably today's most seamless processor for consuming internet media or for just browsing the web. The screen of the S8 easily eclipses the Pixel's 5.5-inch screen. In comparison, the Pixel screen looks relatively weak, and that's mainly due to the fact that Samsung managed to squeeze a 5.8-inch screen into a 5.8-inch frame. They achieved this by partially wrapping the OLED panel around the sides of the display, which gives it a curved finish. Samsung refers to this arrangement as an edge display or an infinity display. It's my understanding that this technology is proprietary to Samsung, so it's unlikely that you'll see it in competing products anywhere in the near future. The phone is constructed from a combination of laminated glass and aluminum. The aluminum forms an antenna array that goes around the edges of the phone. The front and back of the phone are made from Gorilla Glass 5, which is supposedly more drop resistant than Gorilla Glass 4. However, online, if you read all the reports, they're saying that the S8 is strictly less durable than the S7, and the S7 was pretty darn fragile. So even with the plastic lamination on the S8, I would be very, very cautious about not buying a case, because from everything that I can tell, this is easily one of Samsung's most fragile phones that they've ever made. That's partly because of the display. But anyway, it's impossible covering all of the extras that are inside of the S8. Aside from being able to withstand up to complete submersion in up to 3 meters of water, the S8 can also charge wirelessly, using a semi-proprietary standard that's known as wireless Qi charging. And what that means is you can use the S8 with pretty much any wireless charging adapter that's out there. Of course, not everything is perfect with the S8. First of all, the fingerprint scanner is terrible. The way it's positioned, it's difficult finding out whether or not you have your finger on the camera, the flash, or the actual fingerprint sensor. Second, another terrible issue is that the S8 has a dedicated hardware button for running Samsung's Bixby artificial intelligence personal assistant. Unfortunately, Bixby is not ready in the slightest yet, and so basically just hitting that button activates a placeholder. Finally, if you were hoping for the return of the IR blaster or infrared emitter, the S8 unfortunately does not include it, so if you want to be able to change channels on your television or set-top box, you're completely out of luck. So should you buy the Samsung Galaxy S8? Overall, for the price, which is $720, it's an extremely impressive device, and in my opinion, it beats all other flagships on today's market. However, if you're going to compare it to all phones on the market, including phones like the OnePlus 3T or the ZTE Axon 7, I'd say you're better off with a slightly cheaper phone, because in today's market, those phones do about 95–99% of what the highest end phones can do. And that's it for this review. For a full-length review and instructions on how to win your very own Samsung Galaxy S8, please visit MakeUseOf.com.